Hey up lads and lasses, welcome back to Noob-Enduro.
Noob-Enduro! Let's ride! Fear no path! Scream with pride! Lost to lead! Lost to go! Top one tree! Still the snow! Noob-Enduro!
And today's Noob-Enduro is all about riding the CRF300L that we picked up off Facebook Marketplace the other day. And we're heading over there to the Peak District to have a bloody good time. Let's get to it. So in the last episode of Noob-Enduro, we looked at a load of different bikes that we were potentially going to buy to take us around the world. And we did settle on this, the CRF300L, mainly because I found it for an absolutely absurd price and I bought it off a lad in Keighley, which were alright. So the plan is now we're going to get out and we're going to learn to ride this bike. Now I have listened to your comments. I did mention I was going to fit a lowering link to this bike, but a few of you have said don't bother because once you get some luggage on the back of it and everything, you're going to start sinking anyway, and you need to kind of learn to ride an enduro because they're supposed to be high for a reason. So that's the plan today. We're going to go out and we're going to have a bloody good time on this bike and hopefully not break any bones. But we're just heading now over the Strines into the Peak District. And yeah, let's go find ourselves some decent roads, shall we? So we're just in the hills between Bradwell and Castleton now, and I have signed up to the TRF, but it is run by volunteers, so my membership hasn't come through yet and I can't access the maps. I do know there is a couple of green lanes around here. There was a Lightweight Adventure Festival over there in the distance about a month or so ago, and I talked to a couple of lads and they were saying yeah, there's some just up by the quarry above Castleton. So that's where we're heading now, to try and find them green lanes. So as I just said before, we're in between Bradwell and Castleton now, and we're up in the hills, and I think I found the first green lane that we're going to do. So wish me luck. We're going to send the drone up so you can have a look at where we're going. It might only be about 50 yards yet, we don't know, but let's go for it. Right team, we are on our first green lane. We found it quite easily, to be honest. I'll put a little start point on a map now for a screen to show you where it's at and I'll walk 3 words. But yeah, I've got, for the first time ever, I've got the drone following me too, which is quite cool. I've never done the follow me mode on my drone, but this is what it's all about now. Getting some decent footage and having just a great time riding this CRF. Now this is like a nice intermediate route by the looks of it. There's no real big boulders or anything like that in it, so that's quite good. It's quite fun. You know, it's easier than I thought at the moment. It's a quiet lane, which is quite nice. There's some sheep around giving us some suspicious looks. But yeah, look at this. This is awesome, isn't it? We've got our first gate ahead here. But I've only got one battery on my drone, so I'm going to have to take that down in a minute. Now I'm new to this Greenlaning malarkey, and I've just been looking at these signs here. I've just come across this one here, if you can see it just above me. It's got like a kind of a no access for vehicles whatsoever, but when you look on closer inspection it's a bit dodgy, to be honest. It's a bit tricky. Look at the signs you come up against. It looks like you're not allowed to drive down here, but it says warning notice, we can seize and remove your vehicle, such and such and such. And then the main thing is in the middle paragraph where it says if the vehicle is used in a manner that constitutes an offence on or off-road and is likely to alarm, distress or annoyance to the members of the public. So that basically says you can ride along here, just don't make a nuisance of yourself. And that's, you know, it's a bit of a dodgy one really, so you've got to kind of be careful. But that's the first time I've encountered something like that. But yeah, maybe something good for you to know in the future. But yeah, we're having great fun so far. The CRF's doing a fantastic job. Look at that. And we're heading into the distance over there. So yeah, that sign was a little bit dodgy, I'd like to think. It's saying that you know, it looks like you're not allowed to come down here. It's kind of like a deterrent. But on closer inspection, you are allowed to come down here. You've just got to not make a nuisance of yourself. And you know, we're not in the manner of, we are a top boy at the end of the day. They do not realise we are a top boy, and we do not want to make a nuisance of ourselves. But yeah, look at this. There's a puddle ahead of us. I've been told to go careful through puddles, because people put boulders in them, and then when you go through them you kind of just like hit a boulder and come flying off. But the CRF just made mincemeat of that little puddle then. But yeah, this is honestly awesome fun. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I got into motorcycles. I've always wanted to do proper off-roading. And this CRF, you know, like I was saying, the lowering link, I would like to fit the lowering link, I think, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother with it at the moment, because I'm getting used to riding it when it's a high bike, and I don't want to take away any of that ground clearance in case I do go off a bit more of a rocky road. But I'm stood up on these bars whatsoever. Some people are saying you should get some bar risers, but I'm 5'7", I'm quite short, I'm a short king. I don't know if I need some bar risers, because I'm holding on to the bars absolutely fine as I'm stood on my pegs. But this is absolutely fantastic. It's so much fun. The only trouble is getting on and off all the time for these blooming gates. Right, lads and lasses, this ain't working. So, like I was saying, it's so oversubscribed. I just tried getting the drone up again. Blow me neck. Just people everywhere stopping and staring, and my battery on my drone just went because this old couple started talking to me when I wanted to get on and off. But yeah, so now we're back on the green lanes. We haven't got any more drone footage because the battery's dead in the drone. I should have brought more out, to be honest. First time only bringing out one battery, and I wish I brought more. But yeah, it's just so oversubscribed. There's been like 100 walkers just come up this path. We've just shot through a puddle, got our legs absolutely soaked, but this is absolutely fantastic fun. There's a lot of heavy breathing on my part. Do you know, you don't realise how much of a workout this off-roading is. So now we're on the actual rocks, and we're staying sat down because knowing me, actually no, let's try standing up. Yeah, this is a lot more of a techie section, and if it's going to fall, I want to fall around here, I reckon. But we're just seeing the capabilities of this bike and getting used to it. Just giving it a bit of throttle, going down, and we're doing all right. Right, I didn't realise how much of a workout it was for your arms. Like, I work out most days, but my arms were full on, like tensed up after going back up the hill when there's a load of loose rocks and everything like that. I have noticed, so I've done 70 miles since I filled this tank up to full, and it says I've only got 2 bars of petrol left in here when I had a full tank when I left. So what is the mileage on this bike? How far can I, you know, presume to go on one tank of petrol? I thought it was like something like 150 miles at least. But if it's saying I've got 2 bars left and I've only done 70 miles, who knows? But I don't know whether it's because I've been having to ride it off-roading, I've had, you know, lower revs, has that counted a bit more? That's something we've got to look into too, you see, because eventually that's not going to work for us, is it? Having to stop all the time. And it's what a lot of people were saying about getting the rally. The Rally has the bigger fuel tank. This though can be upgraded, and we might upgrade it. I've seen a couple of tanks going for about 100 quid, like the bigger capacity. I don't know if you get about 11 litres out of it then, so I'm not sure, but we're going to look into that as well. But we're heading to Tideswell Lane. We conquered this on the Honda Monkey once, we got stuck on this rock going up the hill. The trouble is with the Honda Monkey is the exhaust comes from underneath. I've got no bash plate or skid plate, whatever you want to call it, and the tyres are tiny, so they bounce you around everywhere, and the suspension's not all that cracky. So we're going to see how well the CRF gets on compared to the Honda Monkey. But yeah, watch this space. So we've just made it onto Tideswell Lane. We've come in the back end of EM. Normally I'd come in from the Honda Cafe side, but we wanted to try them new little tracks and everything that we'd found. So this is the start of Tideswell Lane here. This is an actual green lane though, you can go along this. There's a lot of walkers that use it. Last time I came down here I was getting a bit of dirty looks from a Honda Monkey. But talking to a lot of people who do the Greenlaning, they're telling me that yeah, you will get dirty looks. I've seen videos online of people screaming at, you know, people on motorbikes when it's actually a public road. Basically, it's an actual road. It's not a path or anything like that. But this is it starting now. You see it, all gravel kicking up. We did this on the Honda Monkey and we survived. So I'm expecting this CRF to make absolute mincemeat of it. I'm sat down still at the moment. We're in third gear. We could probably knock it down to second gear actually, because we are a noob, so we don't go too fast. Then we'll go to third when it opens up a bit like this. But we have to stand up when you get over the humps. So we stood up now. There's something on the road, it's like a bloody spider moving. It's not, it's just a load of black cloth or something. But yeah, look at this, I'm in the Peak District, riding this beautiful lane that our ancestors carved out for us. I've got my phone on with my music on, I'm listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's just a really beautiful day. We've got these walkers, say hello to them. They're probably thinking, what's he doing on that bike? Just destroying nature. I'm not though. I'm actually surveying nature, making sure that nature's okay, because if there was an animal on here injured, I'd be the first person to rescue that animal, I promise you. There's a bit of a lane down there. We're not going to do that today, we're going to go along here. But overall, this CRF, I'm so impressed with it. It's not clunky, it's so smooth. A lot of people are saying, like, upgrade the suspension. I don't know if I want to. Like, that little bunny up there, it was so smooth. I loved it. It's just, honestly, these are the best lanes, I think, to learn on. It's a bit tetchy towards the end, but because it gets a bit bumpy on the way down, but we'll survive it, I'm sure. But look at this. I can't wait to learn to like kind of swing the back end out. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I can't wait to do it. I turned my camera off at the wrong point because we just went around that corner and we saw a lady on a quad bike, and we just had a little nice chat with her saying, how are you doing, you having a good day? And she was like, yeah, I'm having a great day. Yeah, just bring the quad bike up these lanes. This bit here though was the tetchy bit now, and we've got some walkers coming up. So which way are they going to go? They're going to go to left or they're going to go to right? They're going to go to left, obviously, where I want to ride. So we're going to, that's great, isn't it? But this was the tetchy bit last time, because it got a bit rocky towards the bottom, but someone just sat in the bushes. Yeah, you encounter all sorts on these green lanes. But the ruts, they're a bit, you know, precarious. I'm trying to stay on this grass in the middle, but it don't want me to do that. It wants me to just stay in this rut. But we found another green laner here. He's having another good time. We'll say hello to him. Oh. How's it going, mate? You alright? Is everything okay? Yeah. Good, my friend. Have a good day. Got to check, make sure they're okay. But this was a precarious bit when we came on the Honda Monkey. Look at it. Oh, I don't know what's scary, going up it or coming down it. Oh, look at that though, we made mincemeat of it. That was the worst bit of the day, I think. We did it though, we saw that lad there. He'll probably having a break because it's such a nightmare getting up that little hill. Oh, I'm glad we got down it though. Do you know what, it doesn't look as scary coming up it, but coming down it, wow. Yeah, you just think, well, this bike did it, it survived it perfectly. The suspension worked, I'm really impressed with that. We're going to get all the way up here. There's another dirt biker. Look at these guys here. Have a good day, everyone. Look at that, CRF boys. We're all out today, aren't we? You see Tideswell Lane, that's the one you want to do. It brings you out onto this main road here. If you go past the Yonderman Cafe, and I think head east, this is where it's at. Right team, so we're going to start heading home now, and we're going to hit a few more green lanes on the way back. This is one that I learned from the Small Bike Big Adventure with the Cub 90 Fest the other week, and we came along here on the Honda Monkey, if you've seen the video. This was great fun. Yeah, we went along it and we came back, but I know there's another green lane just ahead of here. It kind of, you go up here, you do the you do the country lane and try to concentrate, and there's about 100 yards worth of road, if that, tarmac, and then you take a right and you go down a dirt lane, and that takes you up to the glider club and everything. I've only got 1 bar of petrol left though, believe it or not. I don't know why I've only got 1 bar of petrol. Like, I thought this bike were going to do well over 100 miles at least, but yeah, it's not flashing red yet, so we're not on reserve. But we're just gonna, I think it's because I'm in second gear doing a lot of this, maybe, who knows. But look how fun this is. What I'll do is, I've not turned the ABS off. Maybe I should turn the ABS off. I might have to stop to turn the ABS off, but I'm not too worried. We're going to get up here and then it's all the way down. This was a hard one on the Honda Monkey, but this CRF seems to just be absolutely smashing it. We are in third gear though, we don't want to be in third, we want to be in second. I'm learning, lads, I'm learning. This is the other green lane, and we come off that lane up there and we come down here. This is a road for all though. We are getting some dodgy looks. I don't know why we get so many dodgy looks. But this is probably going to be the last green lane that I film right now, because I'm running low on petrol, it would seem, for some reason. I don't know why. So the plan is we're going to finish this one off and just head down to the petrol station, which is on the main road. Have these people heard me? Thank you very much. Don't forget to say thank you, everyone. But these roads are absolutely amazing. This is what all roads used to look like, our ancient byways and whatnot. And horses and carts used to have to truddle up the. They're probably in better condition. Don't get me wrong; they haven't been torn up as much. But they would have had to trundle up here with the horses and carts, all the people, and it would have just been a simpler way of life. I think it would have been a hard way of life, but it was simple. And sometimes, you know, we wish for a bit of a simple life myself. Get away from the hustle and bustle. As we've seen, most of the popular Peak District is so oversubscribed. This is a tetchy rocky bit. Whoa, we skidded on the back there. I really need to turn the ABS off, I think, but this road's nearly over. But we're doing alright. I used to ride a bicycle and do a bit of off-roading on bicycles, so I pick things up quite quickly. Especially when it comes like riding a motorcycle, I picked that up so quickly. My lower back is starting to hurt a tiny bit, well, not hurt, but ache. And I don't know whether that's because I did deadlifts on Friday and my muscles aren't fully recovered from that yet, or whether I've just been at a bad angle. But I don't know, it feels comfortable for a while stood up. The handlebars don't seem too low. A lot of people do get them a lot higher, from what I can gather. But look at that view over there. Yeah, fantastic. We've got the crows flying above us there. But this is it now, we're coming to the end of this green lane and we'll pick up somewhere shortly. Closed. I don't believe in that. I believe that all roads are open. They just put them signs there to stop you getting through. There's very few times when I've not been able to get through a road ahead closed. It's either just they're setting it all up for the weekend or whatever. So it's always worth testing your luck, and I swear on my life 9 times out of 10 you can get through a road ahead closed. And we're going to just kind of show you that now. Right, so here we are. The road is closed ahead, but it's not closed to us because we can get through there. I think we can get through there. What do you think? Bang, through the first one. then we're going through the second one, let's drop it down to third gear, and then through the third one we're through. So you see what I mean about these roads being closed? Maybe to cars on that one you would have to eat a humble pie. If I were me in a car I'd have had to eat some humble pie then, but otherwise look. We're going to head up towards the gliding club now, and then we're going to get ourselves some petrol. Thank you very much. Right team, we're going to leave the video here now. So we've had a great day out on the CRF, trying it out and seeing what it can actually do, and I'm dead impressed with it, to be honest. We've had no accidents, we've not broken any legs or snapped any fingers yet. I think we're getting the hang of it really, you know, standing up quite a bit. We're sitting down on some things. We found that we're happiest in second gear when we're going along a lot of these country lanes. We've found some absolutely fantastic ones in between the ones that I've shown you as well. And we've just stopped off here at the gliding club now. We've watched a few of the gliders coming in and a few of the gliders going out. The plan for me now is I'm going to shoot back on this CRF. I want to pick up some more petrol because for some reason I've only done about 80 miles. I've got 1 bar of petrol left for some reason. Is that normal? I don't know. I've got no signal, so I can't Google it and find out. But yeah, I want to fill it all up. I'm going to shoot back over Home Moss, and yeah, we're going to see where we take this Noob-Enduro on the next time. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. There's a lot more to come, don't get me wrong. There's a few more adventures in the pipeline. So yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.